Celtic got back to winning ways as they beat St Johnstone at Celtic Park 3-1. In today's video we'll discuss the major talking points from the match whilst also going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. That includes why Celtic are in a bull market as a potential £200 million jackpot has emerged. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we do get into today's video, as always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Brendan Rodgers had revealed that he planned to celebrate St Patrick's Day today after Celtic's 3-1 win over St Johnstone yesterday afternoon. With Celtic out of action for just over 2 weeks, Rodgers will have some time to recover from yesterday's win and spoke of his very special plans for today. Rodgers said, "I'll be celebrating St Patrick's Day as an Irishman. So that's the first way I'll use the break. Afterwards we have a few days work where the guys will train well and train hard, and we will have a bounce game that will give some of the guys an opportunity to get some game time. We will have a little bit of recovery and then we'll be back together." After a tough first season back at Celtic, the Irishman did not appear to be feeling the pressure and was clearly in a light-hearted mood after yesterday's win. With St Patrick's Day being a huge celebration worldwide, it is clear that the Hoops' 3-1 win means that Rodgers' celebrations today became just a little bit more enjoyable, with Celtic currently top of the Scottish Premiership. In an impressive win, Celtic could have arguably scored more goals, but one thing was clear: supporters were treated to a victory that makes St Patrick's weekend. Brendan Rodgers has revealed that he spoke with the USA national head coach to pull Cameron Carter-Vickers from international duty this month. With the USA in CONCACAF Nations League action in semi-finals against Jamaica, Greg Bahata was desperate to have Cameron Carter-Vickers in his squad. However, Rodgers spoke after Celtic's 3-1 win over St Johnstone about his decision to have Carter-Vickers stay and train at Lennox Town. Rodgers said, "I spoke to Greg about Carter-Vickers struggling with injuries all season. The last thing that he and Celtic needed for him in this moment was to play in the international games when it is clear that his minutes are already being monitored, having already been substituted in the 75th minute yesterday afternoon. We've had a good chat, and obviously the case for Cam, who's been out for a bit, and I'm just worried that he would then go away and be involved in a couple of games when there are big games, maybe more so later on in June. So we had a good chat, and it was decided that he stays behind and does his work with us and then tries to remain fit for the rest of the season." Rodgers clearly has Celtic's best interest at heart, and it is positive to see that he was able to have Carter-Vickers recover fully from yesterday's game and not have to travel across the world to take part in international games. Celtic could theoretically sell their squad for £200 million and are one of the best selling clubs in the world, new data seen by Football Insider shows. A study by eToro and their football data site Transfer Market shows that Celtic's squad, which costs around £60 million all now, is worth £200 million, making it the most valuable in Scottish football, £50 million more than Rangers. The report attributes the Scottish Premiership player development success as consistent exposure to the best football in the world and coaching standards par excellence. The SPFL, however, is not remotely close to being the most profitable in the world when it comes to the academy production line. That metric is dominated by the clubs in Portugal, with representatives from the Dutch, Austrian, French and Danish leagues also among the most prolific when it comes to producing rising stars. Sam North, an analyst at eToro, suggests that football isn't in a bull market, which explains why Premier League clubs are so often held to ransom in the recruitment department. Celtic are set to smash their transfer record to sign this summer after a lacklustre campaign. Despite falling behind domestically, the Hoops still can boast their most valuable squad in the country and are still miles in front of Rangers. It was an enjoyable Saturday afternoon for Celtic supporters after the boys beat St Johnstone 3-1 at home in the Scottish Premiership. Kyogo got the scoring underway just before half-time, superbly latching onto a lovely Nicholas Kuhn cross to head home from close range. Kuhn turned finisher from provider at the other side of the interval, firing home from Kyogo's low cross at the end of a lovely team move. James Forrest then netted his third goal of the season to firmly secure all 3 points with lots of time left on the clock. St Johnstone did pull back a consolation late on, but never looked like laying anything meaningful on the home side. It was exactly what Celtic needed at this stage of the season, and fans will take heart from some of the individual performances as well as the overall team display. What are the big talking points coming out of yesterday afternoon? Here are 3 of ours. Nicholas Kuhn starts to come good for Celtic. Kuhn didn't exactly thrill in his first few appearances for the boys, but he's starting to show why the club shelled out millions for him in the winter transfer window. Backing up a promising performance against Livingston last week, the Austrian was a man of the match candidate against St Johnstone, registering a goal and an assist. He was lively outside of those moments too, though. Most of Celtic's positive forward play went through him, with an impressive 19 touches in the opposition box after just an hour on the pitch. Also getting stuck in with pressing and tackles. If Kun can replicate this performance consistently, then he'll be fitting well at the boys. It's still early days for him, but this was much better from him. Signs of Kyogo's best. One of the most satisfying aspects of yesterday's win was Kyogo looking like Kyogo again. The Japanese international was busy and involved throughout, even before his opening goal. At times, the striker has looked isolated up against the low block opponents this term, but his teammates found nice combinations with him throughout and he expertly sprung the St Johnstone defence trap on several occasions. Adam Ida has made a nicer impact at Celtic, but everyone has been craving Kyogo getting back to his best form. With a goal last week in the Scottish Cup and a strong showing yesterday afternoon, it bodes well that he looks in fine shape heading into the final portion of the season. The title race heats up. Celtic had to win by any means necessary yesterday. The fact it was a comfortable afternoon and an entertaining performance was just a bonus. Whisper it, but the boys have actually gone back to the top of the table, 1 point ahead of Rangers. The Ibrox side were set to play today, but of course that game was cancelled. But Celtic win today added a layer of pressure onto Rangers. As a chasing team, all the boys can do is continue to ask questions of them outside of the upcoming derbies. After the international break, Celtic will play away at Livingston and to Rangers. All 3 points needed to be banked in anticipation of that. Now let's see how they respond at Dens Park. In a thrilling St Patrick's Day showdown, Celtic women claimed a significant 2-1 win against arch rivals Rangers, cutting the gap at the league summit to just 1 point. Natasha Flint was the star of the show, netting twice in the first half to set Celtic on the path to a crucial victory, despite Jane Ross's late effort for Rangers adding suspense for the final 15 minutes. Flint's clinical finishing was on full display, with her goals encapsulating her striking prowess and composure under pressure. These early strikes proved decisive, positioning Celtic as serious title contenders as the season approaches its climax. The intensity of the rivalry spilled over in the second half, leading to a touchline melee sparked by Lucy Ashworth-Clifford's late challenge, which saw Celtic boss Alina Sudoku receive a booking amid the fray. This win not only signifies a crucial 3 points for Celtic, but also injects momentum into their title challenge, setting up a nail-biting finish to the season. As the race for the championship tightens, Celtic's win over Rangers on such a significant day will be remembered as a pivotal moment in their quest for glory. Celtic fans, what do you make of the win yesterday, and do you believe we will win the league this season? Yes or no? Let us know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, bye bye.